right, you guys are blessed beyond words. I have Michael Field in here. He is an absolute tech genius, and we're going to be talking about AI today, and it's going to be absolutely stinking amazing. My name is Greg McDaniel. That is Michael Field, and we are going to knock your brains off of your shoulders. And here's the reason why, because he's going to walk you through multiple different things you can do with AI, which honestly, I have no idea what the heck he's going to talk about, but I cannot wait to learn because it really is something that we can generate business from. All you have to do is just sit, listen, learn, and then go out and try it. So, Michael Fielden, how are you, my dear friend?
I'm doing great, Greg. Thanks a bunch. It's been a marvelous 3-day weekend. It was hard to come back in and get started, but I was ready to rock and roll early this morning. And I want to give you kudos because this will probably be the last one that you get for today. Just so that our audience knows, just so that everyone that's watching knows, all Greg has to go from on his intro is the starting title that I give him: Crush Real Estate Lead Gen with LinkedIn and AI. Greg saw AI, he saw leads, and he ran with it. Gotta love it, Greg. Gotta love it. But hey,
and you know, Michael, I have literally no idea where we're going today on this. And this is the cool part because I get to ask you, the master of tech and AI, what the Mark and Moogles are we going to talk about today? Because I really want to, and this is not hyperbole. I mean, I really want to learn about this. So I'm excited.
No, I get it. We're going to teach you. Well, we're going to start to teach you. So first, Greg, because we're humans, I do want to talk to everybody about the coolest thing that I have gotten recently. And I'm a toy collector.
With you?
I'm sorry?
My friendship with you?
Yeah, my friendship, my love. I am a toy aficionado. I like tech toys. I've got a desk full of stuff. But just recently, I learned from one of my fans that Lego has the option now where you can buy your own Lego figurine and personalize it. So I got this one for my wife, who is a teacher, and you can't see much from here, but it's got her initial on the shirt. It's got hair like her, glasses like hers, and it's holding on to a paintbrush because she teaches kindergarten. And don't tell her, but I feel like all they do all day is art. You can now order your own custom little dude.
Okay, I've met your wife several times. She's a beautiful woman, and that actually does look just
little blocky.
Like
yeah, I get it. And the smock, I love it. Mind you, by the time I got it here on my desk, it was about $20. But you know, for like an anniversary gift or something, you gotta love it. So, just my thought. I wanted to toss that out there because I keep her on top of my monitor, and she fell down a little while ago. But it was a great little gift. I told her, I said, I got you an anniversary gift, but it's really for me. So I was thinking ahead. All right, guys, we are going to talk about the number one thing I am asked for day in and day out. My company, Support Geeks, helps people with tech, marketing, business operations, anything they need. And I get calls every day. Can you help me get more leads?
Okay. Tell me more.
Greg, do you know anybody that doesn't want leads?
A few folks, but 99.9999999% do want more leads, and they just don't know where to get them. So how can they get more?
Okay, so we're going to talk about one specific set of tools today, and we're going to talk about how to generate leads off of LinkedIn. And leads through LinkedIn are different than most other tools because you form relationships and you build these things, and it's not a direct lead. You're not going to go to Zillow and find somebody that's looking for homes. A LinkedIn lead is this connection has some interest or experience that matters to me, and I am going to connect up and we are going to form a conversation. This is a longer term lead, but people don't know where to get these. And a lot of people revert to Facebook because Facebook's kind of easy to generate interest. But the half-life of a Facebook post these days is like, and then it's off the page. Right. And people don't come back to it unless you are super charismatic and compelling and you have some information that they feel is going to help them. It's pretty few and far in between that you're able to generate a truly organic lead off of Facebook. What I tell people to use social media for primarily is use it as an extension of your business card. Okay. So, Greg, if you're out there and you're talking to people, the number one question people are going to want to know when they leave you is Greg McDaniel for real?
I actually, you know what? That's a really good point. And the reason why I say that is that I say, look, you guys, Google my name, Greg McDaniel. I'll be the goofy white dude with glasses and dark hair, probably with a baseball hat on, like you're seeing right now. And I'm like, just check me out. Just see if I'm for real or not.
I do the same thing. You're going to read Michael Fielden into Google and boom, I will be number one in almost every search. Okay, so LinkedIn, on the other hand, is about forming business relationships. If you're 21 years old and you are just getting into the real estate business, this still applies for you today because I'm going to help you build your LinkedIn audience using some tools. But it is less effective if you only have 100 connections today. Okay, I have hundreds of thousands of connections on LinkedIn, and I'm able to expand that every day by going in there, and I have people following me. I add content, and I use this tool to generate business. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today after we talk about how you get those leads. Okay, so number one thing with LinkedIn that you have to remember is we are working in the tens of people and the up to 100 people per month. LinkedIn allows you to send 100 connection requests every month. Really? Okay, that's an important number. Yep, 100. Still a lot, but when we're talking about lead gen, it's about something over a period of time. Okay, so Greg, I'm going to start with a tool that you are probably not super familiar with. And it is called Apollo.
I have no idea what that is. Actually.
I know, and I love it. Okay.
Oh, shush.
Apollo is a tool that's going to help you generate information. And what it does is it allows you to link in your other tools. In this case, I've linked in LinkedIn and go in and do searches. Okay. So you could search by people, you can search by companies, you can do data enrichment, and you do pay for this information. Folks, this is not free, but it's freaking cool. So we're going to talk about how you can apply this to your business. I am going to start with, let's start with people because this makes more sense, right? So what this does is it goes in there and it allows you to narrow this down. So right now, this data off of LinkedIn is starting with 633.8 thousand people. Okay, that's a lot of people. Okay. We are not going to, and that's just the recruiters. Whoops, let's break this down. There are now 231.4 million people in the LinkedIn database that I can search from. Okay. And earlier I was doing this search for recruiters because what a great way for me to expand my real estate business, search for recruiters and say, hey, if you have people that are moving into the area, I want to talk to them. Right? I want to know who they are.
Great idea.
Okay, so I'm going to use that as an example for what I was doing. Okay, I can search by persons, by name. I can search for whether they have an email address or titles. I'm going to start with titles here. Okay, and I'm going to search for recruiter. I'm going to spell it right. Okay, and it's going to go through. And now is when we found the 633,000. Okay, so that doesn't really help me. So what really helps me is knowing that they're in my area. So I know recruiters work nationwide and somebody in Florida can place somebody in California, but I'm going to assume that if I start an area and I look in is Silicon Valley going to be an area? I look in Silicon Valley. I'm now down to 30.2 thousand people. Okay,
And
so
these
that's
are just recruiters.
yes, just people that identify as recruiters.
Holy mackerel.
Okay, so all right, that's still way, way too many people. Okay, so maybe I look at people that are safe to send to, that are verified. Okay, now I'm down to 14.9. Okay, that's still a lot because remember, I want to get to 100. So let's look at people that have between 100 and 200 employees. Okay, now I'm down to 1.1. Okay, and I'm narrowing this down. I'm not going to do this search because I don't care how many employees the recruiter's company has, but I am going to look at industry and keywords. Okay, so maybe I look at, let's use cloud as the example. Okay, and they have cloud in their name. Now I'm down to 3.9. Okay, so that doesn't, I'm sorry?
3.9 million.
No, 3.3900.
Oh,
I'm right.
3,900.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm right now down to that. So I'm going to change this around a little bit. I'm going to go to location and I'm going to make it even smaller. If I do a very small city like Campbell, it's not even going to show up. I'm going to do San Jose. Do I get more people? No, I get greater. So let's do this. There are none in my zip code. All right, so let's San Jose.
Let's try a different zip code. Let's try 94596. That'd be Danville.
Yeah, I'm still got none. All right, I'm gonna do. How about San?
Can you do counties or just zip codes?
I'm gonna do San Francisco.
Oh, you're definitely there a lot.
Down to 3,000. All right, we're just gonna use this for now, and we'll get into it. So the first thing we go to here is you'll notice that I do get their name. Okay, and right now because I have so many, it's not giving me all of their names. I need to break this down even a little bit more. Sorry, guys. I should have done this search beforehand, but you know how it is. And this is a great example of. Okay, now I'm down to 684. You'll notice there's a question mark here, and what it's telling me, details are not available for free plans. I am logged in and doing this with the free plan. You can do that. It does end up costing you at the end if you want the full set of data. So I'm not logged in, but you'll notice I get job title. Look at the company names here. I can sort by, what company name they're at. Okay, here's 360 customer, 40 hours, Ace Technologies. You can see all of these people. Okay, you also get the option to get their email. Okay, and we can click access email here and it gives me their email address.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, hypothetically, can we do real estate recruiters? Like if you're a team or a brokerage or something like that.
You can. And that would fall into industry. So we could look at. And we'll just do real estate. And I don't know if we'll. And now we're down to 33.
Dude, that's 33 hunters. That's phenomenal.
Okay, but notice, Greg, that some of these people are at Ernst & Young, Cushman & Wakefield. Great example. They're a big. Insight Global is another good one, but they do a lot of recruiting for a lot of different stuff. But we can still work from this. You can see how you can narrow this down. And this is 33 people that you could reach out to that identify as a recruiter that might have someone that's going to do business with you. Okay, now as we scroll across, we can also get phone numbers. We can have actions here, so we can add them to a list. We can manage sequences, which is in depth, or we can view in Apollo so we can get more details about these people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's, if you want to access their email, okay, it goes in there. Skip the tour. All right. And you can see more information about them. What's their location? When were they founded? All of that. You can also set meetings here. Okay.
Huh.
Any news, technology, activities, all of that is in here. And this one is, Marty Wynn at Avalon Bay. Okay. And remember, I selected that I wanted only people that are verified. So this is a verified address. Okay. I can request their phone number, which is 8 credits, but it will give me their phone number. And I'm not logged in as me because I wanted you to see how this would work the first time you come in there. No mobile number. Okay. So we know that's not there, but a lot of stuff that you can go through. Now I'm going to go back here to my list. Okay. And we're next going to talk about how you can use this. So I'm going to go up to the top here and I am going to copy this URL and I am going to go to another website called Appify. Okay, that's
What is Applefy?
APIFY, folks. Appify is the tool that's going to help me get this information in a usable format. So what I can do is jump in here. They have these recipes, okay, that they call actors. And I'm going to grab one that I've used before, Apollo Scraper. Okay, it's going to come in here. I can do my searches and all of that, and I can run that right from here. Okay, so you can do that.
How do you get the list in there then?
Okay, so we're gonna.
I know you're gonna show me, but I'm
gonna
curious.
show you, and we're gonna let's go to this first one. So it's 0.8 cents, okay, per lead, and you take your Apollo URL that I copied, boom, and I paste it in there. Maximum number of results, include email, verified email, exclude catch-all domains, okay, and then you save and start. Okay, what this does is this goes out there and you'll notice the actor is getting your data. So this is going to start running on the bottom here. And what it's doing is it's trying to look like a regular LinkedIn user. So it's not trying to look like a computer. It's not using the API. So it does take a hot minute. Okay. But now you'll notice that out of that, we grabbed 14 that have more information in them that weren't catch-all, that are verified. Okay. And we can look at all fields. Okay. Did not have an email domain catch-all. So that's why you only got 14. I had selected do not include anything that was listed as a catch-all address. A catch-all address, Greg, because I know you're probably like, what's that?
Yeah,
It's
what
an
is
address
it?
that goes to multiple people. So it's a group. It's something that falls out. But you'll notice you can get their employment history. You've got all of this data available to you. Okay. And you have what's my favorite. You have the ability to export this as CSV, as JSON, XML, Excel. Okay. You can put it out there. You can select fields. You can omit fields. And then you simply download it and you have that scraped data.
No kidding. Now, what's the cost on this on a monthly basis?
So Appify, it uses time, and what you are paying for is the time to run. So in this case, I'm paying 0.8 of a penny to run these searches. So for every 100, I'm paying 80 cents or so.
Seriously?
Yeah. Okay. And you'll notice that those 33 that I ran cost me 67 cents. So the smaller the number, the greater the cost.
Right.
Okay. But huge value. Where else can you get even in this case, 14 verifiable leads for 67 cents. And I wouldn't call it a lead. I would call it a contact, and the contact can become a lead. So you still have to nurture that. Okay. And that's where we're going to talk about the next part. All right. So a lot of times we want to do things with this. There are tools like Phantom Buster that will allow you to go in and connect to LinkedIn and get more information. And in this case,
what do you mean? Go into LinkedIn and get more? More.
So I'm gonna real quick. Let's go in here. New spreadsheet. I am going to open that data that I just got.
That's right. You need to any kind of can do a Word doc or just Excel.
Well, Excel is the logical one, right?
Gotcha.
What did I just grab? Sorry, I accidentally grabbed the JSON file.
No problem. It's just interesting to learn about this stuff.
Okay, so here are a sample input of ones that I did the other day. We're not going to do that. We're going to quickly go back and not download my other one as a JSON. We're going to send it as a CSV download. Okay, boom. Now we're going to go back over to which one am I in? Data set Apollo. Sorry, guys. Because I know everybody loves just watching me stumble through this, but I'm trying to show you, Greg, that there's a lot you can do with what's there. So we're going to upload some data here.
So what's the cost for Apollo on a monthly basis?
Well, Apollo is going to cost you a little bit. I think I spend about $20 a month doing this because you only need to grab 100 at a time. So you can almost do it with their free set if you wanted to. All right. Why is that?
But if you want to like jump into like a triple line dialer or a 12 line dialer and grab just a huge amount of information, can you do that? Or is that not in the wheelhouse?
So up to 1,000, it's 0.8 cents. So what is that? $8?
Sure. I mean, yeah, it's not a big amount of money.
Yeah, is it $8? Yeah, $8. So okay, so here we have those 14 people that I imported. Okay. And you'll notice I've got some email addresses, status all the way across. Boom. Okay. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to copy, and I'm not showing you. Greg, you didn't tell me I wasn't showing you the right stuff.
Okay. You're not showing me the right stuff.
I have the little late, Greg. I have all this data, and it goes all the way across. You'll notice you get like their Facebook URLs. You get their organization URLs. All that data is in here.
Wait, seriously?
Yep. Okay, so Beverly Tran, if I wanted to go look at her Facebook, this is the organization Facebook. And then you have the organization, Ernst & Young.
That's bananas.
You could scroll all the way through here. Here's their organization name. Here's organization Twitter. Okay, here's the best part. Let's say you want their photo. Boom. Click on that. Can't find it in this case. So
find another one. That is crazy. Senior, elderly, manager.
Yep. And so unfortunately, it's not giving me, I don't think I'm logged in correctly on LinkedIn for this. So let's jump in here though, real quick. So what I'm going to do next is I am copying the URL of this page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's of my Google Sheet page, right? So that is this 15 people that you see here. And I am going to come back to Appify. Okay. I'm going to share this tab, regular LinkedIn search, and I am going to put this in here. And I'm actually going to say, shoot, I am on the wrong. I don't know if this is going to work. We'll find out. Errors. Shoot. Why am I not?
It's
Eh,
computers.
I gotta reread how you do this, but you can paste in here. Well, this is save. Oh, my agent's not found, so that's why. Sorry, guys. This is why we do a demo. You lose a deal, right? That was not the intent here that we would go through this, but what this is going to do. All right. So I'm going to browse my platforms. I'm going to start back the way you do it. Okay. What this does is it gives you built-in workflows. And you'll notice that I am in the first one. They have workflows for Sales Navigator, Google, Instagram, HubSpot. Gives you extract leads, but you can go in, you can extract leads from LinkedIn posts, connect and send. And I'm going to scroll kind of fast here. There is a lot you can do with LinkedIn through Appify.
Wow, that is actually honestly not a joke. That's really impressive.
Okay, all these things. So here we can do, LinkedIn personal email extractor. Okay.
What?
Yep. And I think
How much does this honestly cost? You said $20, right?
no, that's Apollo. This is a little bit more. So they're going to price you. They start about $56 a month.
Yeah, but imagine $56 a month and the impact that you can get by getting all this content and then putting it into a CRM and doing a follow-up program and doing connections, taking people out to lunch or for coffee. I mean, that is extremely powerful.
Yeah. Now, here's one of the things you can do with Phantom Buster. Connect and send follow-up messages. So you plug this in, you say use it now. Okay. In this case, they're going from HubSpot. If you're using HubSpot, this is great. Let me try to find LinkedIn search to lead connection. This is what I want. LinkedIn profile scraper. Oh, they're still only with. So I am now pasting my. Oops. Let me go back and just.
So what you're saying, and just so I understand this correctly, this is like digital door knocking directly to the correct consumer. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
So it's going to be like 100 degrees today again. And so you could go in there and you could just be like, okay, click and paste, click and paste, click and paste. Then go hang out with your kids, your wife, your spouse, your partner, whoever. But it's going to cost you like what, 8 cents or something ridiculously small versus, $5-6 a gallon of gas to go to sweat your parts off out in the weather when you could make a relationship and communicate and then say, hey, look, Bob, Stacy, Phil, Rebecca, whoever, can I buy you lunch? Can I buy you coffee? Can I do something for you?
Yeah. All right. Why is it not?
That's really cool.
Oh, I think I gave you the wrong link app.
We have one of our listeners saying that he thought that it was about a $50 per 30,000 contacts. Does that math make sense?
$50 per 30,000. That works out about right.
Yeah, that the math sounds like it makes sense.
Let me see if it's gonna grab these. Got this once, save. So what I've asked it to do is scrape links based on the spreadsheet that I created.
No way.
And I am hoping this works. I haven't used this profile scraper before, but I wanted to give you an idea of how this might work. Again, it's real time. So this is going to take a minute or two. It's not like it's automated and it's going to the back end. Now, LinkedIn technically says don't scrape our data, but Apollo gets it by scraping it. And we're scraping from Apollo. This didn't work. Let's see. I was using HubSpot, was limiting me to 10,000. Yeah. And, this is where I would tell you, if you're getting a lot of people and you want to be emailing more people, okay, check out salesandmarketing.ai. This is another one of my companies. We're now a penny per contact. You can email, text as many of those people as you want during the month. So it gives you a great way. If you've got 10,000 people in your database, okay, it's going to cost you about $100 a month. Which is way cheaper, and you can send unlimited email campaigns. Full CRM access is coming, but you'll have CRM. And our option is to compete with HubSpot, but to be cheaper. So there's a lot of ways that you can do this. What we are doing now is we are tying all of these tools into AI. So one of the things that I want you to think about is you can go in, scrape these people, okay, and you then put them into your workflow automation and use AI to search through their LinkedIn profile and form connections for you. So what I've built is I go in and find 100 real estate people, okay, because I have stuff in common with them. And I go in and, well, let's go back to our original example, recruiters. Okay, I noticed that they're saying they do this, this, and this as part of their plan. When you scrape their LinkedIn profile, you get that data. Now you can use AI to go in and say, okay, what do we have in common? Because AI can read my profile, and I can form a connection request by saying, hey, Greg, you and I both have real estate in common in our profile. Let's connect.
Okay, this is where obviously I'm starting to sit up because I'm getting very interested in this conversation. Okay, I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. At what point does this become an issue in regards to safety?
Is this the same person that uses a 12-line dialer? What's unsafe for you? For the people that are out there, don't put public information.
Is that yes, I do use a 12-line dialer and a 3-line dialer, but here's my thought pattern on this. Really, just playing devil's advocate. That's all. I think it's amazing. I mean, what this thing could potentially do and can do for you. But let's say you are a young lady or a young gentleman.
Don't put your personal information on LinkedIn. I'm going to cut you off. The information's out there, Greg. There's nothing private about the information. All you're doing is scraping it in.
That's the question I have.
That is what you have. But Greg, I'm going to spin this because I know you are going to love this. I finally figured out how you're going to use Apollo.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, this is not going to be pretty.
You're going to love this, Greg.
Can't wait.
Okay, so we're still going to look for verified. We're going to get rid of the industry because we don't really care in this case. And we are going to look for job title. And we are going to change that to realtor. Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough, right?
I like
You're in. Whoops. Let me get to the right page here. So I'm back in Apollo. Okay. Greg is wondering, oh my God, how am I going to leverage this data? I can get endless data for very little money. Okay, hear me out, Greg.
I'm listening.
We now have verified email addresses that identify as a realtor, okay, in San Jose, California. All right, let's do this because you don't really care. Okay, we're going to say verified realtor, and we're getting rid of the location. Now we have 149,000 people.
Holy
Okay.
smackerniggles.
Wait, there's more.
It gets
Now
better.
we are going to go down here and we're going to look at number of employees and we're going to say 1 to 10.
Get out of here.
Okay. Now, Greg, what am I looking for?
What are you looking for?
1 to 10. What do you do, baby? You are a what?
Huh?
You are a what?
Real estate agent?
For
EXP.
and what does that mean?
It's a brokerage.
And what's part of the success of EXP based around?
Recruitment and stocks and building your team.
Okay, so hear me out. How
listening.
cool would it be for you to be able to email 11.2 thousand people that are already with a brokerage that's less than 10 people that identify as realtors that may want to become EXP agents?
You gotta be shitting me. And I do not mean to cuss, but you gotta be effing kidding me.
Okay, now, dun, dun, dun. Let's say you're smart.
Well,
EXP
that's
not
what
even
my
in
mom
there.
says.
Okay, I don't know if it'll find. Yeah, they don't have EXP. That's too bad.
Let's try Keller Williams Remax.
Well, you could say is Keller Williams. Okay, now we're 0 because it's Keller Williams LLC. So that's going to be a tough one in this industry because they're not all there. But you're still getting 11.2. I'm sorry?
Try Remax. That's a huge company.
You need somebody. Well, Keller's there. They're just what you need is like a Coldwell Banker where everybody is part of Coldwell Banker. Right, but we're still getting 0. So
what we're learning here together is that this takes a little tweaking.
It takes a little bit of tweaking. But look at all these people, Greg. Like this 1 Degree Realty, this guy is itching to be called.
Click on him. Let's see his data. That's Jack.
So you can access his email and you get there's his phone number. Boom. I should hide that though, because I don't want him to be on our thing in perpetuity, but you can get his email address and phone number right there.
So can you go to the top and copy and paste and drop into like a triple name dialer? Or
so what you would do is you would export this data, okay, in a way that you could use it. And I would drop it into, again, I would take this data and copy it over to Scraper. Okay, so that you have the ability to scrape this out and get the information in something that you can use, because you can't directly export from.
Walk me through this. So tell me how.
Take your Apollo.
So we're at this point, and then you want to go to a scraper. How do you get that? How do you get this content over there?
Copy this URL, right? And then you go to Appify. Okay, we go back to our store and we click on this and you paste the Apollo URL in right here.
Oh, do it.
Okay, and I'm only going to grab 100 and I'm not going to exclude. Okay, and I'm going to save and start. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to go out and it's going to grab all that data. It's going to scrape that data in that Apollo URL. Now, mind you, in the Apollo URL, we had 11.2 thousand. I told Appify only get me the first 100. Okay.
Well, that didn't work.
So it goes out and it grabs them. And now you have the ability to export. So this is not done running yet, but it will go through and it will get that. Now it's up to 42. It will get that. And now you can export that data and it becomes usable data for you.
So let me ask you a question, just as a
Oops,
non-techie
back over.
individual. So what's the graph on the upper right hand side? The yellow and
So
blue lines.
Appify charges you based on how much data you are using. So CPU, the max performance, the memory that you are using. So the yellow line represents the memory. The dotted yellow line is the max memory. The blue is how much processing power you are using, and the dotted blue is what's the maximum you can use.
And they're both shrinking.
Because I'm using very little data. Okay,
Oh, okay.
this is a very, very small
Holy
query.
crap.
Okay, but
Look
got you
look at
data
that.
you couldn't get any other way.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
then you hit export, and you can export it to Excel. You can export it to a CSV.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I'm going to export this to a CSV real quick. Okay, now I'm going to go into this. I'm going to open it up in.
This is and you can do this multiple times a day, as much as your budget is going to allow, right? So you
Yes.
could
Yep.
literally pull down like a entire city, an entire county, entire, whatever,
Yep.
and you get all of this information.
Get all of this information: city, country, department. Oops, am I on the wrong?
That is insane.
Oh, not sure,
Master
but yeah,
human
you get a
resource.
ton of data. I'm in the wrong. Opened up the wrong form, but you get their email address when it's available. So not everything is there,
Well, of
but
course not. I mean,
you have
scroll down.
access to a ton of data.
Scroll down. Just let's see what's
I
in
opened
them.
the wrong spreadsheet here. Hang on one second.
This is your private spreadsheet. Hmm.
Yeah, no, this is the one we were looking at before.
Okay,
So
so my
file,
mind is going
open,
banana cakes on this, and here's the reason why:
upload,
is
browse.
that once people understand how to use this, with these couple of different systems in conjunction with each other, it's like literally harvesting
Yeah.
humans.
Yep.
And you're just like email, phone number, address,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, yakety schmack, whatever's out there, you get, and it will do it for you for literally cents on the dollar.
Yeah. Now you've got to
Oh,
be able to use this data, guys. So there, having these 100 people, this doesn't help you if you're not going to reach out to, Paris Coleman.
right.
Okay. She's with a real estate company. If Greg really wants to go market to these people, he can market to these people.
It's well, as soon as you get the information, then put it into the marketing program. That's the easy part. But getting this content is ridiculous.
Okay. So now I'm really going to shake it up for you a little bit, Greg.
So you can go full dork on me?
Okay. There is a product out there
Oh
that,
boy.
oh boy. And
There's another one?
there's another one.
Okay.
Okay. We are getting close to the end too. So I'm going to go very, very quick.
Okay,
All
go,
right.
go, go.
Might want to turn your hat around because it's going to get hard from here.
Here we go.
I'm into the side.
I don't think that you want me to show that hat.
Okay. So we have a product on the market called N8N. And what N8N does is it builds workflow.
What?
Okay. So it allows you to attach things together. So I want to talk real quickly about what you can do with N8N to make this freaking cool. And
Is this your company or is this
no,
like
it's not my company. That I wish these guys are making a mint right now. But
holy crap?
what I'm doing right now at Support Geeks, my company, is we're using this workflow builder to help you generate leads or generate contacts without having to go through all this rigmarole. So what we're going to give you the idea to do, what we're going to give you the tool to do is have your workflow so that it starts off and it very simply goes into Apollo. It searches for what you want to search for. It puts it into Appify. Okay. And we're even stepping one step further is we're using AI so that you start on the outside and you say, this is what I'm looking for. All the real estate agents in San Jose, California, in companies of less than 10. Okay. We go to find those people, right? We go to Apollo, we find those people. Then we go out and create that database. Okay. We then move it into Appify, right? So that you can get that data out. And then from there, and I'm trying to find a picture of our workflow. I don't have one for you
So
yet.
since I'm in EXP and you're with a different brokerage and people in Rio, people always trying to recruit people. This is like the golden goose of opportunities to recruit, correct?
100%.
And it's super simple. And I'm assuming there's going to be follow-up products and all kinds of contact, getting a hold of folks with value add, possibilities.
So what we're talking about doing is, you go into Apollo, you scrape your content, and then from there you have the flexibility to go in and enrich those leads. Okay.
Describe enrich.
Enrich means add additional information. So you've got the information. You can go into Facebook and get more information. You can go in and personalize the data. So we add a field to this data as we go in. That's an icebreaker. Okay. And what the icebreaker is what we can use when we're using AI to contact these people to connect on LinkedIn. And what the icebreaker is created from is information that's in their profile. So we use AI to go in and scrape their profile and tell us, oh, okay, we have a person that's interested in sports. They are an entrepreneur. They've done all of these things. We can go in and get that information and create that icebreaker. Hey, Greg, I noticed that we're both into podcasting and real estate. Would you like to connect? Or can we connect? Right? Nice call to action at the end there. And the beautiful part about it is we then have that field attached to our files so that when we go to Phantom Buster to connect with LinkedIn and send the connection request, we have content built by AI that gives them a message to connect. So it's not just a blind connect. And that's what we do in here. And now it gets even better. The last thing we do is we write all that data to a Google Sheet so that you can see what we've done. Okay. Now you only get a certain number, depending on your account, you only get a certain number of connections a month with LinkedIn. So this isn't massive, but you can do a lot with this because you also have their email.
I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, and it's just absolutely freaking astonishing. Because I just logged into my LinkedIn, which I never stinking use, but it tells me I'm a real estate agent in Walnut Creek, California, 25 years in the business, which is actually 26 now. Northern California Bay Area agent. We're with EXP, and we have a team worldwide. I mean, all of that plus I'm assuming a ton of other information is going to come down.
Mm-hmm.
This is huge. Honestly one of the coolest things I've seen or heard of in a long stinking time.
So you could see what you can do. This is why when we came up with the title, and Greg usually helps me with the title, and then I change it because I don't want to talk about what Greg thinks the title is. So he's got to figure it out. But this is about crushing real estate lead gen, because a lot of us are used to paying 25, Zillow's up to 40% referral fee on some of their leads.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
40%.
They can go drop off a rock.
Yep.
No, thank you.
But for some people, Zillow works great. It's a powerful tool. So let's just quick. Yeah, N8N can be run for free. They also have accelerated packages that you can do. Who is that person? Is that somebody you know, Greg? They coming in on you? Should do live when.
Well, we can. I guess the interaction is interesting from all the viewers right now.
If you want to reach me, Evangelos, boy, wish my wife was here. She's a teacher. She's seen every name. Michael at regeeks.com, Greg at regeeks.com. If you want to come in and join us for a live and share your information, please, by all means, come in and do this. We are here to help you, and we want to help promote your business. If you're doing something, even if it's competitive, what we're doing, we can help you get there.
Yes, okay? They can actually.
We can help you promote, and we can help you talk about what you want to talk about. And, it's if you want to be doing 1 million emails a day or 1 million emails a month, this is awesome. Now's the time. This is how we help you do it.
10 million a day.
10 million a day. We can do at salesmarketing.ai. We do over 10 million email messages a day, not from one person, but we can help you get there. That is a side company of mine, and I am helping with their process. The founders have been doing this for a while, and I joined in to help them go. But Greg, you know how I'm a stickler for time. We passed that 40-minute window. I want to say thank you, everyone. I'm going to give Greg a minute to sign off. But before I do that, you can see replays of this video on YouTube, and you can also see them on regeeks.com. I will be adding this later today with links to the tools we talked about. We don't make any money off of this, but we are coming out with a coaching program that ties into real estate training. And guys, I'm the penny a lead, penny a contact kind of guy. Our coaching is going to blow doors price and value wise over everything else that's on the market. That is coming soon, and we will be talking more about that. But for today, Greg, give us all the blessings and sign us off.
You know what, Michael? You're 100% right. Guys and gals, I've been doing this for 26 years. Michael's been doing it for about the same amount of time in the industry. He's a tech guy. I'm a people guy. And you know what? With our coaching program that's coming out, and we are building it, it is going to blow doors off of almost anything I've ever seen. But come hang out with us. Just relax, listen to our free content. Take this, go make some money. And if you like it, give us a thumbs up, in the comments, tell people about the show, let's have some fun together. The point is that I want every single one of you to make a ton of money, have the best version of life, and just laugh from your belly on a daily basis. Hug your kids, hug your spouse, hug your partner, and just say, you know what? I love you. And I'm so thankful I have the opportunity to be in this industry. So on that note, guys, this is RE Geeks, and we will be back to you probably next week. Just take the content, because right now what you have in your hands is a potentially $100 million opportunity. All you have to do is go out there and use 8 cents a day, 8 cents a contact, or less. 1 cent, Greg, 1 cent a contact.
0.8 cents a contact.
That I misspoke. 0.8 cents per contact, which is the most ridiculously affordable thing on God's green
basically
earth.
Means you could do 100 contacts a month for $1.
All right. So, you guys hear that? 100 contacts for a month, $1.
There you go.
How do you fight it? Michael, I got to tell you, you are awesome.
I thought we were saying goodbye. Can we do this?
We're not saying goodbye.
My daughters are all into Taylor Swift. Can we do this?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, look, it gave hearts. Did you do that or did it do that?
I didn't do shit. Anyways, you guys, we're being idiots. We're out of here. We love you. We'll see you on the next show. Until then,
take care, guys.
Boom. Peace. Love you. Bye.
Peace.